Namaste, my name is Nandaram Ghimile. Today I am going to discuss about floor function and ceiling function. Let us discuss about floor function first. Let x be a real number, real number, then the value of this is called CALLED, called floor function of x. FLOOR, floor, FUNCTION, function of x. Assigning ASSIGNING, assigning the real value of x, the real value of x, assigning the real value of x, the largest integer, the largest largest integer, integer, largest integer, which is less than or equal to x. The largest integer which is less than or equal to x. It means we need to take the value of this which is less than or equal to x. This function rounds, rounds, rounds x DOWN down to the nearest or closest integer less than or equal to x. It means this function round x down to the nearest or closest integer which is less than or equal to x. Now I am going to write some examples of floor function here. This is the symbol of floor function. If the floor, there is 4 in the place of x, it means the floor function of 4 is same 4. The floor function of 5 is same 5. Similarly, the floor function of 10 is equal to 10 because 4, 5, 10 are the natural number. Besides this, if we take 5.5 here, then the floor function of this will be equal to 5 because we need to take the value which is less than 5.5 here. According to our definition, the function rounds x down to the nearest integer or less than or equal to x. Similarly, the floor function of 4.66 is 4. The floor function of 4.99 is also equal to 4. The floor function of -4 is equal to, we need to write the number which is less than -4. So the floor function of -4 is -5. The floor function of -6 is -7. Here -7 is greater than -6. So the floor function is this. According to our definition, we need to write the value of this, just less than or equal to this value. Now I am going to write the definition of ceiling function. Ceiling function, CEILING, ceiling, FUNCTION, ceiling function. Let x be a real number, then the symbol this is called then the symbol this is called ceiling function, CEILING, ceiling, Function, ceiling function of x, assigning the real number x, the largest integer which is less than, or sorry, which is more than, or which is greater than or equal to x. It means we need to take the value of this greater or equal to x if x is a real number. This function rounds x above to the nearest integer, or less than the nearest integer, greater than or equal to x. According to definition, if x is a real number, then this symbol is called ceiling function of x, assigning the real number x. If x is a real number, then this symbol means largest integer which is greater or equal to x. This function rounds x above the nearest integer greater or equal to x. Now I am going to write some of the example of ceiling function here. This is the symbol of ceiling function. The ceiling function of 4 is 4 itself. The ceiling function of 5 is 5 itself. The ceiling function of 10 is 10 itself. It means the ceiling function of natural number is the number itself. Now, if there is a minus 10 in the place of 10, then the ceiling function of minus 10 is minus 9. Because according to our definition, we need to take the number which is greater than minus 10, that is minus 9. Similarly, the ceiling function of minus 9 is equal to minus 8. Minus 8 is greater than minus 9. So, this is the ceiling function of this. For the next part, I am going to prove one problem here. Now I am going to write one problem here. If x is a, prove that for any real number x, if x is not integer and integer, then ceiling function of x plus ceiling function of minus x is equal to minus 1. To prove this relation, we need to take the certain values of x. So I am going to prove this by using hit and trial method. for x is equal to 4, I have taken any number 4, then left hand side is equal to this floor function of 4 plus minus 4, the floor function of minus 4. This is equal to floor function of 4, as I have already discussed, is 4, and floor function of minus 4 is how much? Minus 5. We need to take the value which is less than minus 4. This is equal to 4 minus 5, this is equal to minus 1, this is equal to right hand side. Most important things that we need to keep in our mind while solving this is, according to question, we should not take the value of x integer. That is, we should not take the value of x negative. For x is equal to 10, then left hand side is equal to floor function of 10 plus floor function of minus 10. This is equal to the floor function of 10 is 10 itself, plus the floor function of minus 10 is minus 11. According to our definition of the floor function, this function rounds x down to the nearest integer. It means we need to take the value which is less than minus 10, that is minus 11. This is equal to minus 1. This is equal to RHS. Similarly, taking x is equal to 4.5, then left hand side is equal to floor function of 4.5 plus floor function of minus 4.5. This is equal to the floor function of 4.5 is 4. According to our definition, we need to round this value just less than 4.5, that is 4, plus the ceiling function, the floor function of minus 4.5 is minus 5. This is equal to 4 minus 5 means minus 1. Again, I am going to take another value of x. For x is equal to 1 by 2. Then left hand side becomes floor function of 1 by 2 plus floor function of minus 1 by 2. This is equal to the floor function of 1 by 2 is the floor function of 1 by 2 is 0 plus the floor function of minus 1 by 2 is just greater than, we should take the value just greater than this, minus 1. This is equal to 0 minus 1 becomes minus 1. This is equal to right hand side. Again, taking x is equal to 4 by x is equal to 5.9. Then left hand side becomes floor function of 5.9 plus floor function of minus 5.9. This is equal to 5.9. The floor function of 5.9 is 5 plus the floor function of minus 5.9 is minus 6. This is equal to 5 minus 6 means minus 1. This is equal to right hand side. From the above calculation first, calculation second, calculation third, calculation fourth, calculation fifth, from this calculation we can say that the floor function of x plus floor function of minus x is equal to minus 1. The condition is x is a real number but not integer. So I am going to write conclusion here. If therefore if x is real number, real real number but not a integer, then the floor function of x plus the floor function of minus x is always equal to -1 root. Thank you very much.